Okay.
Okay.
We're started, so.
Oh.
It's too late now.
Too late.
Too late
Can't
now.
go back now.
Not true.
We're in it to win it.
Not
Too
true.
far.
Life is full of choices.
You are
guys.
on my side. We said lines.
Fuck your side, okay?
Oh.
Man.
Oh.
If my car alarm is going off right now,
You're going to get on some people's nerves, I know that.
I think we'd hear it, wouldn't we?
Hold on. Oh, I unlocked it. Hold on.
Even better. Now it won't go off at all.
wait, shh.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
we would hear it. See.
All right.
Gone Devil Keys.
Yeah.
Be gone, devil
We
keys.
got Devil Keys. Welcome back. We
We're off
are
to
the
a
Bonsai
rowdy
Movie
start.
Crew. Huh?
So we're off to a rowdy start.
Very rowdy start. That's how we like it. Don't forget about them socials. Yeah. Don't forget to get down there in the description and tickle some of them socials. You know what I
I
mean?
thought he was gonna say
Tickle?
something else. It
Tickle,
scared me.
yeah. Give it a little diddle. Diddle it with your
Diddle
mouse.
Diddy.
It means
Sorry,
click
what
it.
happened to Diddy? Is no one going to talk about that anymore?
I already brought that up. I'm
Yeah, it's
I
like
know.
curious
now,
about it.
now
Like
I'm
it's just yeah. Now you're watching,
yeah,
huh?
I'm
Yeah.
waiting. It's nothing's
You think
happening.
he's
There's
sitting in
nothing.
jail waiting too? Like, did everybody forget about me?
No, the
Sure did, buddy.
president election's done with. I mean, that's
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
that's
care.
about
That's all it
it. Well,
was.
no, it
Like,
wasn't.
the
It had
only
nothing.
people that are
No, they
thinking
just
that.
they brought it up long enough to sidetrack people, and then she got all those people to like be on her side, and then they go, "Oh, we won't tell because you're on my side," and then crickets.
Yeah, it's pretty.
They got
pretty
paid
fucking
off.
Weird. Speaking of which, speaking of the election, we have a new president. Well, we will have a new president now. That
January.
It's all over.
January, is it
January?
like
January 20th, I think,
20th?
was when
Yeah, I
he
think it's
takes.
January
I
20th.
graduate before then. I think my last day is the 18th.
Sweet.
Who the hell?
I tell you I'm graduating early?
Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
So no matter who you voted for, I hope you voted, and I hope it was to your benefit, and I hope that I know that, man, there are so many people out there like watching the news and stuff. I love the breakdowns.
Dude,
I love
that movement where
the
they're like
liberal-
shaving their heads and
yeah,
like,
I love the liberal breakdown, man. It's so funny.
the one that kills me is like when they get on there and they're like, I'm going to get on birth control and start doing this and doing that. Okay, be responsible.
It's so funny because like remember
Or
Biden,
I'm gonna stop having
remember
sex
when
with
Biden
men.
got
Okay.
elected? Who here was like, "Oh my god, I'm just so mad"? No, we were like, "Fuck, man, that sucks." Anyway, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
okay,
we
well,
didn't,
life
like,
goes on and
Yeah,
we
it is what it is.
fucked up and we moved on.
But some of these fucking dude, like, I mean,
Even though I will go on record here and say, I don't think he actually won. I don't.
the same could be argued now for Trump that like he cheated. That's what people are wanting to say. But you know what? Fuck you. Eye for an eye, bitch.
Yeah, I'll go there.
So,
But I don't think he won in 2020, and I
don't care. It is.
I'm just
what it
saying,
is.
like, you know, you never really seen like a lot of Trump supporters melt down back
No.
when Biden won.
no, hell
But
no.
here you sit here and you see all these lefties
Mm-hmm.
fucking having these temper tantrums
tell you
like
what,
fucking
let me
babies.
yeah,
share-
we're neither here nor there now for 2020.
Let me
I don't
share.
care.
Let me share with you some of this shit.
Oh,
you-
all right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we're doing this week. Fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. I hope you guys don't mind. I got a few videos. Hold on, where'd it go?
Probably the ones I've seen.
So I've got a few things.
this
Jimmy
one.
Kimmel, the Jimmy
This
Kimmel
fucking
thing,
one. This
and then I've
guy.
got The View, and then I've got some Hollywood reaction.
I have
you know?
not seen The View. This is gonna
No.
be fun.
Fuck The View. The only reason why I
don't
pick
think I've
these
seen
is
any
because
of it.
I hate Jimmy Kimmel, little faggot. I hope you see this video.
I got all
too.
kinds
You're
of
a
things
bitch,
to say
dude.
about Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy
But-
Kimmel got pissed off.
No, watch this.
Did he get pit? No, he
No,
cried.
no,
Okay.
duh. This is reactions.
Yeah, we're gonna watch
Oh.
this, and what you know, we're gonna skip some of this
Please.
Jimmy, what are
because
you
this is
doing?
a pretty long video.
I'm packing. I've heard them.
So
Get
this
going.
is where
That's
he's
what I'm
opening
doing.
his
I'm getting
opening to his show here.
Ow.
He's like moving away because Trump
Jimmy,
got
we need
presidency
you.
or
We
whatever.
need you to help us get.
So
You only.
I want to get to the important part.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I hope after a while.
Where's
This
it at?
time, the Democrats cheated. This time, we chose not to, I guess. I don't know. This Donald Trump, he's like the Emperor from Star Wars. He's old, he's evil, and he keeps coming back with no reasonable explanation whatsoever. Just when they finally scrubbed the last of the ketchup off those White House walls, I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Babe, be honest. Last week, did you guys send that monologue to a Republican like I asked you to? Those of you who are hate watching this show right now, wanting to watch me suffer, you will be happy to know that there was no joy in Mudville last night. I was all over the place. 1 minute, I'm watching these long lines in every city, and I think, oh, that's beautiful, democracy in action. Next minute, there's a reporter chatting with some bro at Arizona State who said he voted for Trump because Kamala didn't go on Joe Rogan's podcast. And I'm like, where did I leave my passport? Is this... My kids were very upset. You know, every once in a while when something bad happens, we let our kids curse for 30 seconds. We tell them they have 30 seconds to say any word they want, and
I let
all the
my
words
kids
they
curse
choose are
anyway.
curses. So
As long as it
at
isn't around her
breakfast this
brothers.
morning, my wife tells our daughter, Jane, who's upset, she said, you know, you can do it. And just as she starts the cursing, our 7-year-old Billy comes down the stairs. He's wearing a black Adidas tracksuit and high tops and a pair of Ray-Bans. He looks like the fourth member of Run DMC workers. And I have to say, a lot of them involve diarrhea. Movie Final
Yeah, the
Destination, where the
16-minute
guy has
video.
a premonition and gets off his flight and then watches scenes. And then they count the votes. And if the Democrat loses, they call to congratulate the winner. Fry cook from McDonald's. If you just did it to get a bottle of water from Paul Rudd, thank you for voting. And it's very important, if you're in line, stay in line. Russians are running out of ideas when they're trying to dismiss them for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who
This is
rely
what
on
killed
Social
me.
Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet. And
So
I would like to know how.
Hold on a second.
And it speaks volumes when an entire
absolute
nation
disaster
voted for
overnight
the
for
same
Melania.
fucking guy, but these Hollywood assholes
But
think
it
that
was
it's
a really
a
good
bad
night for
thing.
Putin and
Bitch,
for
we
Putin.
know more than you.
Here's my
You're
thing.
disconnected.
Elon
The
Musk
first
and
thing
the
he
bros
said
up
was
in
that it was a
Silicon
bad
Valley
night for
and
women.
all
That was the
the
first
rigging
thing he said.
brainworms
Yeah.
and so-
And that was the first time he started crying, was when he was like, this is a bad night for women. First of all, I'm a woman. You don't speak for me. Second of all, weren't you on the Man Show?
I
Didn't you
love
demean
that, too.
women for,
I
like,
love these
Ever?
motherfuckers.
And that's where your fucking career
This is what
started, right?
drives me
Demeaning
insane.
women.
This is what drives me insane. You motherfuckers sit there and talk all this shit about Donald Trump. Dude, SNL cracks on him so hard and how they're all a bunch of liberals over there at SNL. He hosted SNL.
They were all his friends.
Yeah.
They were all his friends until he started calling them out.
He was fucking Trump and Whoopi Goldberg were close. They were friends at one point.
They were all
all chummy.
They were all pining for him to run for presidency.
Yeah.
They're all like, "Oh, you should run for president. You should run for president." He's like, "You don't want me to run for president." "Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do."
Yeah.
And then he started running
Jimmy
for president.
Jimmy Fallon did the same thing. Had him on his show. Chummed it up with him. They were cracking up, having laughs. Now all he does is make fun of him. You fucking Hollywood people drive me insane, dude. This is why I can't fucking stand you, man. I can't stand it, dude. I get tired of seeing this shit every fucking day.
It's why he was elected. Because we are tired.
Well-
there was one guy who put it best. He said, one, this is a mandate from the people for him to do what we asked him to do. Right? Which is why you get elected. It doesn't matter who gets elected. That's your mandate. When you're elected, you are elected because we are telling you. We elected you, now do what you said you were going to do. Right?
Right.
That's why you get elected. But furthermore, he said Trump getting elected like he did, getting the popular vote, getting all the electoral votes, and on top of that, having basically the entire nation turn red, having governors that, in states that are normally blue, turning red,
Yeah.
having counties that have historically been red or been blue for who knows how long, turning red.
Yeah.
Historically, this country turned red. Having that happen, that is unprecedented. First of all,
I want to go on record here and say that typically we tell you guys that we try to keep our politics out of the podcast. We try not to talk about it, but I'm kind of over that.
well, here's my thing. I
kinda-
vote policy.
hold on.
I'm not a Republican.
I'm past that shit because at this point, if these fucking assholes can go out there every day and use their platform to talk shit about Republicans, conservatives, and all this, you know what I mean? That drives me nuts. Why the fuck is it such an issue for us to be able to voice our opinion?
I agree.
So here's another.
Another thing is, these fucking people, like all your Hollywood elites, they are so disconnected. They have no idea. And they are the reason why the fucking country is so divided. Because you've got all these Swifties and these Ariana Grande fans and all these other people who are fans of all these movie stars. They're on the side of what they'll listen to you because they're fucking idiots. They will listen to you because they're like, all right, yeah, well, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because Taylor Swift is.
yeah.
No, that's not a good reason to vote. Taylor Swift is not hurting like you are. Taylor Swift is not poor.
There was this one joke right after Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala that said, I love that all these people are going out and voting for Kamala because of Taylor Swift, but over half of her songs are about choosing the wrong person.
The
Yeah.
wrong man, yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
my question. Now he's sitting here saying about how this is bad for NATO and all this stuff. So who's going to talk about peace as soon as President got?
Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel is a fucking moron.
But
man.
here's my question. He's sitting here talking about how bad this is NATO and how bad it's for our allies and stuff like that. But who just signed? Who's in peace now? Who's
dude,
in talk of over
dude, not
peace?
even 4 days after he was elected, they're all like,
Exactly.
you got fucking everybody like Russia
Backing the fuck
everybody.
down.
They're like, hold on,
Wait.
Trump's back in office. We got to chill out a little bit, guys.
Let-
it's almost like you're having a fucking party
The world's
in
back.
your house.
The world's
and
back.
you got
to
the
like,
alcohol
wait a
out,
second.
and you see your parents pull back in the driveway.
Everybody get
Shit.
the fuck out of
Everybody
here!
get the fuck out, man. All right, clean that shit up. Put the booze away. You know what I mean? And Trump gets out of the fucking car. Cause,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
But that guy that was saying that, what I was going to say though is at the end after he said the mandate thing, the final thing he said was he was like, why he really got elected and why we saw the entire nation turn red is because everybody's tired of getting told to sit down and shut up.
yeah, exactly. And that
You
they're
guys-
absolutely correct.
You guys do nothing but talk shit. And I'm talking about celebrities and all these people that have platforms.
Yeah.
You guys do nothing but talk shit about us, about the little people, about how we should think.
Yeah. How about how we should think and how dumb we apparently are.
How we should just be woke and how
Jimmy-
we don't give a shit about the
Yeah.
social issues when I can't put goddamn groceries on my
Yeah,
table.
See, the thing is Jimmy Kimmel's sitting up here right now talking shit about fucking, 60% of fucking America. Well, at least the ones that voted.
Mhm.
Because, like, dude, you're alienating a lot of fucking people because you're crying because Trump got office for 4
Well, it's over
years.
60% when you look at the popular vote.
That's true. And I'm like, dude, you're literally sitting on stage crying like a bitch. When you're going to go home, you're going to get back in your fucking Mercedes, drive back to your fucking mansion, and sip on your fucking martini while we're all still struggling here at home and going to work in the morning because we work 9 to 5 jobs. We go to work for not even a fucking small percentage of what you make.
I won't make in my lifetime what you make in a year.
Exactly.
So you can kiss
Never.
my
We will
big,
never see that
fat
money.
ass.
That's what I'm saying. Stop listening to these fucking assholes and stop thinking that they're a fucking positive influence on the way you should think about what your policy, what policy
They don't care
should
about
be.
you.
Yeah, they don't. They don't care about
Vote
you.
policy. Don't vote for Democrat, Republican. Vote their fucking policy.
Mm-hmm.
That was another thing that killed me about Kamala. All these people, I'm voting Kamala. I'm voting Kamala. Okay,
Why?
tell me one of her policies.
Yeah,
tell me
why?
her best policy. And every single fucking one of them
They
was
don't
like,
have. They don't know because she's black and she's a woman. Shut the fuck up. Let's watch this queer cry some more.
Told what was left of their souls to bow down to Donald Trump. But you know what? I'm going to say something that Trump would never say unless it favored him. The people voted, and this is the choice we made. In January, Donald Trump becomes president, and that's that. He won. Doesn't mean we give up, but it also doesn't mean we storm the Capitol because we don't like the result. And, you know,
No, you did that in other cities.
Yeah, you rioted.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys were only mad because we did it in
I've
the
been trying to come up
Capitol
with something
in
positive.
their
The best I
backyard.
can come up with is we've been through this once before, and yes, this time it is probably going to be worse, maybe a lot worse. But I also think that maybe we will look back and realize that in the long run, this is what we needed to wake us up. Maybe the people who care so much about him need to find
All
out
you're
how
doing is
little
making
he
everybody
cares
wake up to
about
your
them.
bullshit, dude.
Now, all the promises he makes about stopping wars.
This is the
and
exact
opposing
reason
tariffs,
why I
how he's
cannot
gonna crush
fucking stand
inflation
this
and
dude.
cut taxes.
I cannot
Now he has to
stand
do
Jimmy
this
Kimmel,
stuff.
dude.
And I hope
I've been
he
able to
does. I
watch
really
him in
do. I hope
years.
his next
Whenever I heard about this,
unpredictable
I
act
fucking laughed.
is to reach
Dude, me
across
too.
the aisle.
I
and do
can't
something
fucking
positive.
stand him, dude.
He
He's
really
such
does,
a
the bar's
hypocrite.
low. He has an opportunity to win us
Anytime
over.
he starts talking about
Remember when he
women
took
and
office
like
the first
being
time he started
respectful
working
for
on
women and everything
infrastructure
like
with
that,
Chuck
I
Schumer
want to
and
throw
Nancy
up.
Pelosi until the other Republicans say, "Hey, we
I'm
don't
over
do
it,
that."
dude. I can't
Because,
watch.
like,
I don't want to
okay.
watch any more of this.
Maybe
Here's
this
my
time-
thing: like,
I'm
I don't
over
even care. Like, if you were on the Man, I watched the Man Show. I thought it was funny,
Yeah,
but don't come out here and like act like you were never part of it. You know, like you can be respectful to women now and all that. Like you can even be respectful to women on the Man Show. Like when you were on the
it's
Man
no
Show,
different than whenever he was
It's-
hosting the
it's a
Oscars
joke.
or whatever.
It's funny, right? But
He
don't
was-
pretend like it didn't exist. Don't pretend like you were never part of it.
Well,
don't
he was
pretend
hosting
like
the Oscars, dude, and he was up there talking about women this, women that, and women should be respected. Dude, you were on the Man Show. You literally had a segment called "Women on Trampolines."
But here's my thing: is that
the
he acts
brought
like his
you,
past
women
didn't
dressed skimpy as
exist.
fucking brought you beer out on the stage.
He acts like his past didn't exist. That's my problem with him.
No, but I guarantee you that if a bad tweet for Trump or anybody else comes up, he's gonna be fucking all over that shit.
That's my problem. Is that like these people act like their past didn't exist, but the moment someone else's past comes up, they get vilified.
All right, let's move on here. Let's get a little bit more of them videos in. I got a couple more for you here. This one's The View.
Oh, good.
Yeah, let's watch and hear what Whoopi Goldberg's fucking ass has to
night?
say.
Anybody do anything interesting? Okay. The 2024 presidential race ended
Predator-looking
yesterday.
bitch.
And this is what the country and the world woke up to this morning. Take a look.
This was a movement
Her
like
fucking
nobody's
condescension,
ever seen
dude,
before.
is disgusting.
And
Or what?
The way she
Condescension.
condescends,
Condescending.
like,
frankly,
just
this
always so
was, I
condescending.
Talking
Talking down to people, about
Oh.
people.
political movement
Looking down at
of
them.
all time, and now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help.
What has he ever said in any of his speeches that sounded any way nefarious? The only thing he's ever done is said the same thing over and over again about what he's going to do for his fucking country.
Safer
What
and
they don't
stronger
like is
than
that he's not a
has ever
politician.
been before. God bless you. and
They don't
God
like him because
bless
he's brash.
America.
He's open. He just opens his mouth.
Well, and the other thing is that he's not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
My takeaway is
Another
that the
bitch I
system
can't stand.
works.
That fucking Joy
We live
Behar.
in a
I
democracy.
can't fucking
Nobody
stand
likes
her,
her.
People
dude.
spoke. This is
Yeah,
what
we
people
spoke, so
want.
shut
I
up.
vehemently disagree with the decision that Americans made, but I feel very, very hopeful that we have a democratic system in this country. We should value it. We should love it. We should protest if the situation arises that we need to protest, which I'm sure it will. And I've been through this before with Nixon. It's been very difficult. But boy,
Nixon.
oh boy, do we have a country if we can keep
Nixon.
it.
That was like 100 years ago, bitch. Not 100. But,
You
know,
look great for being 300 years
Yeah,
old.
no shit.
First thing I wanted to say for anyone that needs an example.
How old was
of
she,
when
2?
The person you voted
Probably,
for
yeah.
does not win. You do not say the system must be broken or that it was rigged. You say it is what it is, and you show up anyway.
Thank
And
you.
I want to commend
At least
all
one of
those
you's got
people
some
that
fucking
voted
sense.
with you.
Shut the
Sometimes
fuck
people
up.
say,
It is
"Oh,
what it
didn't
is.
matter." No, it
Get
didn't
over
matter.
it.
That
We
was
had
still
to
your
for 4
currency, That
years.
was still your power, and people turned out. Now, if you didn't vote, you really don't have a say in the conversation, so you can go ahead and sit down. But for the rest of you, and then a lot of what I think about is what I always tell my kids when things go on. You feel what you feel. Everyone has different emotions. Some people got what they wanted. A lot of people didn't. And you feel anything that comes up, and then you
Some
turn
people
Oh,
around
so
did.
we're
and you
some,
say,
but they're a lot.
Yeah.
Only we got
Some
the
people
popular
didn't.
vote.
See how we continue
No, a
to
lot of
vote.
people, just a lot of people in
People
your
care
circle.
about.
That's
No,
all.
that's my thing.
One
Like,
step
oh,
in
a
front
lot,
of the
but
other.
we're
And
some.
so
Yeah.
here we are today,
Popular vote
and
would
I
say you're
still
wrong.
feel that optimistic because I feel arm in arm with so many people who agree with me, and I'm not going to stop marching. So
I like this pep talk.
You ain't marching, bitch, in them heels.
Is it the outcome I wanted?
What the
No,
fuck?
but
Bitch, you ain't marching nowhere except out here. Like I said,
Hey,
your
you know how
bands.
like you kick out the chair from somebody? You think that'd work on
what's
heels?
important to me is this.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Tens
Yes.
of
Yeah.
millions of Americans, our friends, our neighbors, our
Just kick in
family
the back.
members, voted for Donald Trump. We disagree with him. I know we all do at this table, but they are good, decent people who are patriots and love this country. And I can't speak to what drove them to the conclusion of being with him, but I think it is a moment for us to listen to each other, to hear each other, express what our concerns are. I've spent the last 4 years doing that, and also
No,
listen
you
to people who
don't.
are
You
with
you
him,
bitches,
because
all you
this
fucking
is a
do
country that
is
there
whenever
is
somebody expresses
truly
a
more
problem,
than unites
you
us than
vilify
divides.
them
I
for
know
it.
it doesn't feel like that
Unless
for
it
many
doesn't,
people
unless it
listening,
aligns with your
but we
thought.
need to
You know
Here's
what I
my
mean?
thing
bring
is
down
like,
the temperature, the name calling, the demonizing.
they call it
Let
The
the other
View,
side-
but didn't
let
they used
the-
to have
if they wanna
different
do that, they
viewpoints?
can
Like
do
they
it, but I
had.
think
Yeah.
it is a
Yeah, they
moment
did.
for
It's
us
not
to
the only
different-
view that there is their fucking view.
Yeah, there's only one view on there now. There used to be like 2 or 3 people that had different, like there was a discussion.
I've never known it to be anything other than a very liberal show.
Well,
It
back when there
became
was a
a
Barbara
very,
Walters.
very
Barbara
liberal.
Walters used to be on The View.
Oh, did
And when
she?
Barbara Walters was on The View, it was a discussion. It wasn't this.
Them agreeing with each other.
It wasn't a bunch of fucking women giving each other
Sometimes they will
handjobs.
bring people on that do disagree with them on here, but not very
When
often.
Reagan won, I remember the whole map was red.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, there
Well,
was
no,
a guy.
why
There
would
was
they?
a guy on
I
there.
don't know. I'm profoundly
He
disturbed.
literally gave him.
There's been a few on there, and dude, Whoopi Goldberg hates it when people come on and have a different opinion than her.
Yeah, especially when they would like really
think
fucking turn it
that
on.
Her
like,
and Joy,
we
dude,
know
they
what
run
we
this
would
fucking
get
show,
from a
and they
Trump
just,
administration.
if you don't align
know
with their
now.
views,
And
You won't-
we
you
won't
know
be
that
back on.
Will have almost unfettered power, and so I worry not about.
But they were all
myself,
best friends with
actually.
Trump
I
at one
worry about
point.
my
They were.
There's all
station.
kinds
I
of clips
worry
of
about
him
the
being on
working
this
class.
show,
Uh-huh.
them
I
hugging
worry about
him,
my
telling him he
mother,
should be
retired
president,
teacher.
blah,
I worry
blah,
about our
blah.
elderly and their social security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I
No,
have.
fuck you with that
And
bullshit.
I remember
Are you
my father
serious?
telling me
Okay.
many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights, and now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So
That is
again, I'm
ridiculous.
profoundly
What
disturbed
rights do you have
that
now
What
that you
don't you
didn't
have as a
yesterday?
right?
did not prevent
like, bitch, you're
someone who
on
participated
TV
in an
where
insurrection
millions and millions of
from
people
becoming
view you
president of
every
the United
day.
What
I
rights
don't-
does she have that she didn't have
I
yesterday?
think
I don't
that
know.
Going forward, the
If
If,
you
she's
asked her
talking about
that, she would
reproductive
know.
rights, I can shut that shit down
better
right
be
now.
Yeah,
taken off,
right.
Because if you can be the president of the United States,
That's state rights.
No. I can shut that shit down right now because listen.
And that's the thing too is Trump isn't trying to take away their right to choose. They're just giving it back. He's giving it back to the states.
He didn't do
and
anything.
so that
Well,
box better
no,
be
here,
taken
I can
off.
shut
And
that
I
shit down
think
right
our
fucking
healthcare
now.
system is now at
It
risk.
wouldn't have mattered
I
if
think,
Kamala got
no,
pregnant.
Pregnant.
It wouldn't have mattered if Kamala got the presidency.
She's been pregnant before. She's got kids.
I know. But it doesn't matter if Kamala got the presidency. It wouldn't have mattered if Trump got the presidency. It wouldn't have mattered if Madison got the presidency. It wouldn't have mattered if you got the presidency. It wouldn't have mattered if Eric got the presidency. It wouldn't have mattered if some homeless guy on the street got the presidency. The Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional. It went to the court. The court ruled it unconstitutional and sent it back to the states, not the president.
And it should be up to the states to choose.
If it went back to the federal level, it wouldn't have mattered who the president was. If it got shot back to the federal level, everyone listening, pay attention. If it got shot back to the federal level, it would have gone back to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court would have done what? Deemed it unconstitutional again, and it would have gone back to the states again. It wouldn't have mattered who the president was.
Okay, well, let's do the best part of this whole thing and watch some fucking Hollywood people.
Woo!
Yeah, let's check this out.
We will
Who's that?
Who cares?
persist.
No, I mean, I was really...
23 more. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
Charm, baby, all day we won. Hollywood stars sharing their reactions after election night 2024. Donald Trump returning to the White House after his decisive victory over Vice President Kamala Harris.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time.
Among the disappointed crowd, Christina Applegate getting right to the point on X.
She is one of the ones that
writing,
really pissed me
"Please
off.
unfollow me if you voted against female rights and disability rights. What you did is unreal." And on Instagram, Oscar winner and mother to a trans daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis.
We're all real people, and we live in a world that is at war.
She says Trump's win means a sure return to a more restrictive, some fear draconian time. Gay and trans people will be more afraid. Adding, for all those people, there will be those who will help
He's not
you.
going after any gay or trans people.
He's the first one to give them more rights.
I don't
He was the first one to
understand.
start hiring.
I don't understand what their thought process is. He doesn't
No,
care.
it's a
In reference to
fear-mongering
Trump's
thing.
sexual
Yeah.
assault allegations.
Created
Audio
by
Day
whom?
Figuring, quote, the only thing that
Democrats.
America hates more than a sexist, racist rapist is a woman. Then Lily Reinhart saying of Trump's alleged victims, "My heart absolutely breaks for these women. I believe you, and I am so sorry."
These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement.
Meanwhile, Trump supporters Amber Rose and Savannah Chrisley posting the victory vibes from their overnight watch parties.
That's all I can say. It's gonna happen. Our future in 4 years is a hell of a lot better than where we've been. Trump, baby, all day we won. That's it. It's over with.
We love our country. Yes, we do.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
When it comes to next steps, Jonathan Van Ness, Andy Cohen, plus Real Housewives alum Bethany Frankel offering their 2 cents amid mixed emotions in Hollywood.
We will persist. We will move forward.
Gotta dance with the one who brung you. The decision has been made. The die has been cast. And
She looks like she's had a little too many
people have to move
surgeries.
forward, unite, and the divisiveness has not worked. Everyone has to agree on that.
We're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep working together. We're going to be okay.
Holy
I
shit.
love you. We are going to be okay.
Yes, Queen.
What's this weed stuff? You guys have divided people more
Right.
than anything.
There are so many celebrities out there right now that are going fucking apeshit over this. I love it. Fuck you, man. This doesn't affect you in any discernible way. No way does this affect you. You are rich. You have work. That's it. Those of us out here struggling to pay for groceries and send our kids to school or pay our bills, we're the ones whose voices actually fucking matter. We're the ones who need to be looked at like, okay, let's listen to these people because we are the ones who drive this country.
I'm gonna
we
go on
work
record.
every fucking day to build this country up.
I'm going to go on record here and say, unless you are a trans person or one of the kind of people that either A, wants to wear a wig and be in women's sports because you can't hack it in men's sports, or B, one of those people that wants to use a kitty litter box because you think you're a cat, one of those people, your rights aren't going to be restricted. And if they are, then I will fight with you. But I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, right. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Trump's not here to get the trans or the gays.
He's one of those people that has, for consistently in the past, been one of the first to hire and maintain blacks in their careers, gays, trans. So what are you guys scared of?
Look at the broad spectrum like this. Look at Kamala Harris. Look at Donald Trump. Who do you think has surrounded themselves with more gay, trans, cross-dressers? I mean, it doesn't matter. Who do you think has surrounded themselves with more of those people? Donald Trump. Donald Trump has gotten out there. He's talked to several people. He's gone to several parties. I mean, yeah, he's led a bit of a wild life.
And as a prosecutor, Kamala Harris did a pretty good job of locking her own people away.
Exactly.
Well, what she says are her own people.
So
I'm
the
still
only
not
thing
sure.
you guys
She
are
was
looking
also
at this
locking
as
parents up for not sending their kids to school when they had medical issues.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at it like this. Trump is just he may be rich also, but I mean, at
But you
least
can
he
look at it like
understands.
this.
He grew up in a very blue collar environment with his dad and
he's
everything.
rich, but then you got to ask yourself the question that, well, then what does he gain by doing what he's done? He could have been sitting his ass on his gold toilet, not giving a shit.
He's at the end of his road,
He's
man.
the one
He's
that
getting
lost all
old.
of his money. I mean, he's lost a lot of fucking money trying to take care of this country.
Yeah. Because he loves this country. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Kamala Harris doesn't love our country or anything. I'm not saying that at all.
And I'm not saying
that-
he's the next coming of Jesus
No,
either.
not at all.
He's flawed. He's a human.
Now,
But-
if you come to me tomorrow and ask me who are you going to vote for in 4 years, I hope JD Vance runs.
No shit, man. That
I hope
dude-
he fucking runs, dude, because I'm falling in love with that dude. I
Dude,
think
me
he's
too.
awesome.
He's amazing.
I love JD Vance. I hope he runs. I hope he
Uh-huh.
runs for president because I will vote for him.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway, now that we got that out of our system,
Yeah.
and you know how we feel,
That's who we are.
We just don't want you to feel like we need to tiptoe around that subject. It's not something that we feel like we should have to do. And if you don't fucking like it, I'm sorry. You know, I think that everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and we have opinions too. And if you want your opinions to be known, fucking comment on the video, man. We don't have an issue with that. We'll debate with you. We're not going to get hostile about it. So if you do that, then I don't want to talk to you. So, but that's just where we stand on it. And I think that America chose correctly in the voting process. I mean, look at it. It was
We've had
all
4
red.
years of hell, so let's try 4 years of something else.
Yeah. I mean, do you like high spiked gas prices and grocery bills and all that? I mean, I hate struggling to feed my kids, so.
I haven't struggled in so long, and now it's
Yeah,
like I can't
it's
even
insane.
fucking...
I can't think half the time because I'm like worried about how am I going to pay
Everything.
this, how am I going to pay that.
Everything.
Yeah, so I hope everybody out there is doing well, and I hope that for those of you who did vote for him and are happy with the result, I hope that fucking weight is lifted off of you to know that at least the next 4 years
Listen,
is going to be better.
Waking up the next day and seeing that he was the one that...
Oh, I
won.
felt great.
Look.
I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Didn't you feel like
Yeah.
you've been holding your breath for 4 years?
Yeah.
And you felt tense for 4 years?
Mhm.
And then, like, you woke up...
And
you
it's
saw
sad that we have to feel that way.
Yeah, then you woke up and, like, you saw that he got elected, and it was like...
Yeah, it's a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And that's sad that we have to feel that way, you know, in this day and age.
I'm sorry that so many people are struggling, and I hope
I think
that...
even other countries were feeling it.
Yeah, oh, they were.
Oh,
There
I
was a lot
agree.
of people. I hope that you guys, the ones that are struggling, can not feel that way soon. I hope that
And
you're-
what they said on The View about, or Jimmy Kimmel and all that those of us who did vote for him are going to regret it. I don't believe that at all.
No.
And if you think that, then you have nothing to worry about.
I think most people need to stop listening to mainstream media.
Exactly.
Period. Just
Mhm.
just back away from it and start doing your own research.
Yeah.
You don't even have to listen to like Joe Rogan or like just back away, do your own research, and then you'll start to see things differently. I really think so.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We spent enough time on this.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we were able to talk about it with you guys. Yeah, we picked some fun at some celebrities, but let's face it, they're better off than you are. You know what I mean?
They don't care about you.
They're far more well off than you.
They
and
don't care about
us.
you. I care about you.
Yeah, we care about you because we are you. We're all the same. We're in that same boat, man. We're all in this together. We're the ones, like I said, driving this country. We go to work every day. I guarantee you that if you work in a factory or a construction job or in an office somewhere, you're the backbone of this goddamn country, man. You guys are the ones that bring this country up, not them. They're entertainment. That's all they are. And it's like we've said before 100 times. Dance, monkey, dance. That's all they are. They're entertainment. They're not the backbone of this country. They can move.
You're
off
what
the
I do when I
fucking-
have free time.
And whenever those rich bastards get tired of America, what do? They up and move out of the country because they can, because they have the money to do that. We live here. This is ours. We're not going anywhere.
We're stuck.
No, we're not stuck. I'm proud to be an American. I don't
Yep.
give a fuck,
You're
dude.
damn right I am.
I
will
love
fight
this country.
for this country.
I love this country.
Yep.
So, anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's move on and let's get into our creator profile.
Put that cookie down!
Soothing. Take it in, guys.
Have cucumbers on her.
The creator profile this week is
Anthony Michael Hall.
Huh?
Anthony Michael Hall.
It is Anthony Michael Hall. You are correct.
What do I win?
You
damn
win nothing.
Son of a bitch.
You got a duck. Get over it.
Oh yeah.
By the way, if you guys haven't checked out our pod on what was it? 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 episodes ago, I guess. We did horror movie trivia, and I honestly can't say that Jeremiah and Eric got their asses beat. They did not get their asses beat. They barely lost. Because you guys, what was it, 29 and 31? I think
Yeah,
it was.
something like that.
So you guys did pretty good. You held your own. Crystal was like, I don't know. Crystal was not. She was just
It was 2 against 1.
kind of was.
I did
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. So go back and check that out.
It was a
pretty
good episode.
But anyway,
It was fun.
Karen won the green duck. So, and then eventually when we do another sort of trivia or game, whoever wins will get to set that duck on their side.
It's
So,
staying right there.
probably. Karen probably knows more about movies and shit than anybody. So
Yeah.
Now you give me like celebrity trivia and shit or like anything like that.
Yeah,
I
he's
could probably.
really. I'm not good with that.
I could
stuff.
probably top you on that.
Mine
but-
is like movies and like
Yeah.
the behind the scenes movie stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about the people that are in it.
You get me on celebrities and stuff. I can tell you who's married to who's fucked who in the past, who's got kids with whose kid is whose.
If I like the celebrity, I might know.
I know it
a
just
bit.
because I come across these videos and all this stuff, and I pay attention.
I know a lot
Don't
about
ask
Robert
me why.
Englund.
I know more about like celebrities than I do my own fucking family. So I don't really like a lot of my family, so it doesn't matter.
He's not talking about me.
No, I'm talking about like distant family, like you know.
Oh, he's talking about you.
Probably.
I care about some of you though, so if you're listening to my podcast,
Some-
it's likely that I like you.
He didn't even acknowledge it. He's like, I care about some of you.
There's gonna be some of them. Am I one of them?
Am I one of them? If you're
Matt's
listening
just
to
like
my
the
podcast,
back of her head is like,
yeah, if you're listening to my
Fuck.
podcast, then it's likely that I like you because we probably connect.
The only reason
somewhere.
why I know so much about Dad is because he's constantly talking about himself.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
What do I say about myself?
Dude, every time a conversation comes up, you're like, yeah, whenever I was a kid,
Yeah.
I lived in a shed.
I never lived in a shed.
Okay.
I never lived in a shed. I lived in a garage. Okay,
What's
and I
the
was
difference?
homeless. Well, the shed is smaller. It's not as well
Whenever I was a
insulated.
kid, I didn't have a toilet. That's why I like mine so much.
I mean, yeah. I only give you guys my life experiences.
Whenever
so
I was
that
a kid, I ate potatoes.
I had to. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all we had. Yeah. See,
He just
she
want-
mo-
he just wants
she
you
mocks
to-
it, but I tell you what, she wouldn't survive 5 fucking minutes in my past.
Yes, I would. I would be fine.
Okay,
I would be fine.
just read the creator profile, faggot.
But I know so much about him.
You should.
Anthony Michael Hall was born in West Roxbury,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Massive two shits.
His parents, I'm never gonna live that down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have actually said it that way. So don't
Massive
feel
two
bad.
shits.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've had a few massive two shit. I've had massive
Massive
shits.
two-
Yeah, because he didn't have a toilet. He had a bucket.
You're right. I've shit in a bucket before. That's what happens when you're homeless.
then you
Get better
dig a
parents.
hole.
What do you want me to tell you?
Then you
Sorry.
gotta dig a hole.
It's too
It is
cold
what it
for
is.
that. He had to find something.
No, it was during the summer.
Oh.
So I wasn't that unfortunate. Oh, well, we did live in a
See,
car
here he
during the
goes.
winter. So that happened. Go ahead.
Thank you. We should just
Gotta
do
do
a
what you
creator
gotta do.
profile on Dad. He'd like that.
They wouldn't.
Anyways, his
He's gotta
parents
make
are.
something first. Like,
I did. I made this
like
podcast.
Well, I mean, like a movie, right?
No.
No, you can just do for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I created this podcast.
Creates
That's fair.
stuff.
So,
He
I mean-
created children.
True. That,
That,
too.
that counts for like a lot of people in the world, though.
Yeah, but we're not
Yeah,
talking
but
about
they
that. We're
don't
talking
count.
about me.
Fair enough.
Oh
God,
man.
that was fucking arrogant.
I was like, that was a little much for you.
See what I mean, though? See what I mean?
I think that was on purpose.
It was totally
No, it
on
wasn't.
purpose.
No, it
What the
wasn't.
fuck, man?
He totally did that.
It was totally on purpose. Like, yeah, look at me, guys. I hope y'all go home and jerk it to me, man.
Can't
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
What was he saying in the movie? Toss it?
Toss it off.
Toss it off?
I wasn't tossing off, Mom.
I didn't toss it off.
I
in the
never
bathroom.
tossed up. Never.
I never tossed off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she was like freaking out
Yes.
too.
It was one of the best parts of the movie. Like, tossed off. Like, I've never heard it put down. Tossed off.
You've never
I don't
heard
know
it
who this
said
Gary
like that?
person
No.
is, and I wish you'd
I
shut the
have.
hell up.
Yeah, I don't know who this Gary guy is, but
His parents are Mercedes Hall, an actress, blues and jazz singer, and Larry Hall, who owned an auto body shop. His stepfather is a show business manager. His sister, Mary Kristen, is also a performer. He has Irish and Italian ancestry. Hall's given name was Michael Anthony Thomas Charles Hall. My God. Michael Anthony Thomas Charles Hall. That was his...
he's got
his
3
given
middle
name.
names?
Yes, he does.
Good lord.
But he adopted
Why
the
can't they
Anthony
do that?
Michael moniker upon finding that another Michael Hall was already a member of the Screen Actors Guild. Anthony Michael moniker Charles Hall. Okay, he was blessed by his money. Sorry. Hall began acting in commercials at the age of 7, and his breakthrough role was as Rusty Griswold in Vacation, 1983, alongside Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo. Following the success of Vacation, 1983.
Dude, she was fucking hot back in the day.
Oh yeah.
She's not so hot anymore, though.
She had work done.
Yeah.
She was gracefully.
What was it? It was the first Vacation. No, it was
Christmas Vacation, where she wore that teardrop
Yeah.
shirt.
Lord, man, I was like, God damn.
It's Christmas. Put those
Yeah,
away.
That's Christmas, but I'm like, but hey, it's Christmas.
I mean, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
One of the best parts is she's got her hand right on his crotch. Welcome to our home.
Following the success of Vacation 1983, Hall entered the defining period of his career, starring in the 3 John Hughes classics 16 Candles 1984, The Breakfast Club 1985, and Weird Science 1985. Wanting to avoid being typecast, Hall turned down roles in 2 subsequent 1986 Hughes films, Pretty in Pink 1986 and Ferris Bueller's Day Off 1986.
Who would he have played in Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Because I think
Maybe
he would
Cameron.
Probably
Yeah, his friend.
Cameron. I would imagine.
It's kind of what I was thinking, maybe. I couldn't imagine him being Ferris Bueller, but then again,
Honestly, I think he would have been good as Ferris.
yeah, he could probably do a pretty good job.
His early
Yeah, he
television...
probably would have been.
He should have.
good
He
Ferris.
should have had him as Ferris. Honestly, I think he would have done better. I mean, not that Matthew Broderick was bad, but
I don't know, Matthew Broderick, man, he's kind of wooden.
that's what I'm saying. I think he would have done better.
I mean, he's kind of like he's like a robot, kind of, you know.
Because, like I said before, we watched this movie, but after you've seen it, you see what I'm talking about. His charisma in this movie.
oh yeah,
like,
he's the best part of this movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. His charisma in this movie, like the thing with him being like a typecast as a nerd, like he shouldn't have been. Like he would have been the coolest kid, like in any high school. Like the
Little
charisma he
obnoxious, but
has
yeah.
is just off the wall.
Yeah.
We're talking about Blondie, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, he's got red hair, but yeah.
Oh, it's blonde.
He is so
Blonde.
blonde.
It's totally
dude.
blonde.
You wouldn't think that's like a strawberry blonde?
No,
No, that's
not at all.
blonde.
That's,
That's
totally
the lighting.
blonde.
That's the lighting.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
lighting.
He is
That's
so
totally blonde.
Okay.
Okay.
He's always had blonde hair.
I guess he is
blonde.
blonde, isn't he?
Yeah.
Now that I think
Yeah.
about it.
Because he was next to that one blonde chick, and they were like the exact same
Yeah.
like color tint.
Yeah.
That blonde chick looked familiar. What else has she been?
Oh,
in?
she's been in a lot of shit, but off the top of my head, hold on.
I remember her face from something. I'm like, you look fucking familiar.
What's wrong with your face?
He reminds me of my
That
son
was
in
so
this
sweet,
movie.
though.
Like,
That was so
dead
What's wrong with your
on.
face?
Not kidding.
She was like, "Oh, nothing, I guess." His early television credits include the Emmy Award-winning The Gold Bug, in which he played the young Edgar Allan Poe, as well as the TV movie Rascals and Robbers, The Secret Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, 1982, and specials The Body Human and Orphans, Waifs and Wards. Wifes.
The way he looks and the way he acts in the
Oh,
this
duh.
movie.
Fuck. Why didn't I? Killer Clowns. She was Debbie.
Yep, that's it. That's where I know her from.
The Doy.
Yeah.
She was Debbie.
She was Deb in this movie. What the fuck
Oh.
is wrong with me?
Maybe
On
she
stage,
likes to be dubbed.
On stage, he appeared in the Lincoln Center Festival's production of Saint Joanne of the Microphone. Following a one-year stint on Saturday Night Live, SNL, 1975, excessive drinking and partying threatened to sidetrack Hall's career. However, he was able to regain control and has been sober since 1990, the year he played the role of Jim in Edward Scissorhands. Oh yeah, I guess so. In 1980. After a series of minor roles in the 1990s, he starred as Microsoft chairman Bill Gates in the television movie Pirates of Silicon Valley, 1999. Since that time, Hall has focused on television work, including an 81-episode run of Stephen King's The Dead Zone, 2002, but has managed to take on film projects as well, including the role of Mike Engel, sure, in The Dark Knight, 2008. In addition to acting,
He's in The Dark Knight.
In addition to acting, Hall has also pursued his musical talents as a songwriter and lead singer of his band Hall of Mirrors, which was formed in 1998. Hall helps at-risk youth via the Anthony Michael Hall Literacy Club and lives in Los Angeles, California.
I would like to see him in more things, though.
He was in the new Halloween movies.
Yeah. Played Tommy.
He was in the
Tommy
second and
Doyle.
third one. He wasn't in the first one. But he was in the second and third one.
I didn't like him.
I don't know. He's a dick. He's good at playing a dick. That's for sure. Like really good. Like whenever he was in Edward Scissorhands, it's like, dude, you fit this role way too well. So, but all right. Favorite Anthony Michael Hall movie, show, whatever.
For me, it's Weird Science.
Weird Science.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Edward Scissorhands because it's the first time you see him go against the grain, and he did it so well.
I'm going to agree with you. I think Edward Scissorhands is my favorite of his because he was a really good asshole in that movie.
It's the first time you see him go against the grain. I think it was the first time that somebody really gave him the shot to go against the grain, let him go crazy with it, and he nailed it.
Yeah, I agree. I really think that it was... He just did really well.
It was the first time wide audiences saw it, and I know it was the first time I ever saw it, and I was blown away. I'm still blown away today by it. So
his best part was like whenever he sits up and says, "I would give my left nut to see that again."
I just liked his comedic.
Oh, he's definitely amazing.
Oh yeah, he's great in this movie.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Like he is the best part of this movie.
I loved him in 16 Candles. I loved him in Vacation. Like him
Well,
him in that fucking coffee table in 16 Candles is hilarious.
I think
Jake.
I think the reason why
every
I
time.
like him so much in this is because he reminds me of Carson.
Oh yeah,
in this.
definitely. Yeah.
What about you, Madison?
He was in The Breakfast Club. You guys don't like that movie?
Oh, I like that
Yeah,
movie.
but-
He's vanilla in that one. He's
I've never
normal.
seen it.
You should.
I know people tell me that all the time.
He's not the best part of that
He's
movie.
your typical teen in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's his typical role too.
Yeah.
He's a
Probably
nerd.
Edward Scissorhands. I love that movie. He was good in it too. He was a douchebag though. Yeah.
That's why.
I love
He's
it.
that's
He was
why
in
it's my
Clerks
favorite.
2, 3.
Didn't watch Clerks 3.
I don't even know if I've seen the second one, have I?
I don't know. We did.
Yeah.
Or no, I watch it with you. I haven't seen the first one. That's what it is.
First one's yeah. You
All
should
right.
probably watch it.
Let's move on here. We need to. Well, we're going to make up some time here. Let's get into it.
Let's talk about the movie.
No, talk
Y'all
about
gonna
the
let
movie.
me like read so we can get up on some time here?
Sure, Madison. You got that plot synopsis?
Two unpopular teens, Gary and Wyatt, fail at all attempts to be accepted by their peers. Their desperation to be liked leads them to create a woman via the computer. Their living and breathing creation is a gorgeous woman, Lisa, whose purpose is to boost their confidence level by putting them into situations which require Gary and Wyatt to act like men. 1 hour and 34 minutes, PG-13. Anthony Michael Hall as Gary, Kelly LeBrock as Lisa, Inland Mitchell Smith as Wyatt, and Bill Paxton as Chet. That's as far as I'm going.
Groovy.
All right, what'd you watch? What'd you recommend, Madison?
I don't think I know anyone that I'd recommend it to, but if I found someone weird enough, I would.
Weird enough. Okay. Would you watch again?
Maybe if it was on TV.
Okay. Me, I don't know. I might recommend it to some people. I don't know who to recommend this movie to, honestly. I'm like, it's a weird fucking movie. It's not, okay, I wouldn't say it's weird. It's random, I would say. It's very fucking random. Definitely my least favorite John Hughes film, I will say. Not a big fan. I know you guys are going to be like, I don't dig it that much. It's funny in areas, and Anthony Michael Hall is great. It's just a fucking, it's a teen pervert movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it just is to me. And I don't care for it.
Told you.
Mm-hmm. Calm down. I'm getting the eye, guys.
No, I knew you wouldn't.
You knew I wasn't gonna like it?
I knew you were gonna like it.
It's not that I don't like it, it's just, I don't, it's not my thing, I guess. I think that Anthony Michael Hall is the best part of this movie, especially the beginning whenever they're at the bar and he's talking and shit. That's my favorite part.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely like one of the funniest scenes. That whole scene, them leaving in the car, everything, the whole thing is hilarious.
But I've also only seen, this is the first time, I've never seen this movie before, so this is the first time. So maybe if I've watched if I've watched it more or anything like that, I might like it more.
Give me the
keys.
Give me the keys.
Trying to take it all in for the first time is a lot. So I think maybe if I watched it more, I'd probably like it more. I don't know. It's hard to judge right now. Honestly, I don't know how to judge this movie.
That's totally fine. I mean,
me in my nuts.
Yeah, because there are some really funny parts. Bill Paxton's amazing. He's always fucking amazing.
We can't have
Anthony
him like
Michael
this,
Hall's
Lisa.
great in
Ruin
this.
Christmas.
Huh?
Can't have him like this, Lisa. Ruin
Yeah.
Christmas.
Just there's a lot of things in this movie. It's a lot to take in the first time watching it. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'd probably recommend it, especially if you're like a completionist and you want to watch all of John Hughes films. You definitely have to watch this.
I don't give a shit about watching all of John Hughes films.
Right, that's how I feel too. Also, if you're into like 80s raunch comedy, I guess this is up your alley. There's a lot of things I have questions about in this movie.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I might recommend it to some people. Would I watch it again? Probably, just because I want to take it in again. I probably would watch it again.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. I would watch it again because I would want to take it all in again.
Sure.
So it kind of reminds me of that movie Meatballs.
I can see
where
that.
they're at camp and shit.
Yeah.
It kind of puts me in that mindset a little bit.
Yeah, because
or even on the Porkies, kind of on the Porkies.
Yeah, I think the only differences between this and like Meatballs is that there's a linear path. There's like there's a plot, right? Like there's like
there's a lot of random shit in Meatballs too.
Yeah, but like Meatballs, there's no real like
there's a fucking alien for no reason.
Yeah, and there's no real like there's no resolution. There's no real like it's kind of like Napoleon Dynamite. Like you don't come away from the movie like being a better person or anything. You know.
Well, I mean, in this movie though, I mean, by the end they become they have more confidence. They're more popular. They get the girls.
Her whole purpose was to
make them more confident.
And she is not a computer generated person. She is a fucking genie. She is a genie.
She's a fucking genie.
She is
that was because they put that Houdini thing in there. Didn't you see that?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, she's a genie. That's it.
Yeah, they put
the Houdini.
The Houdini.
So she could do magic.
Yeah. And she does. She's a fucking genie.
Magician.
She essentially granted wishes.
There was a show in the 90s too.
Yeah.
I watched a few episodes here and there. I don't watch it a bunch. But
anyway, Karen, would you watch?
I'm fucking telling everybody to watch it, and yes, I would watch it again. I fucking love this movie. I've watched this movie since I don't know how old I was.
I would say they didn't skimp on anything, like graphic wise or anything like that. Like,
no, and
it doesn't look very cheap. You know.
No,
what I mean?
and the thing about it is I think it was John Hughes's version of a raunchy comedy, right? So it's not exactly, all the way Porky's, but it's enough that you get the idea, right? And I think that it's enough to be funny, and it's enough to
like
give
you only
that
get
idea.
one pair of titties.
You get the idea of what he's going for, and
it's like the 80s version of making it with AI.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like all right, I'm gonna make this hot
it's
AI
exactly
chick,
what
and I'm gonna score with
it's
her.
exactly
You know what I mean?
what a PG-13 movie should be, I guess. It gives you
This
enough.
movie
What two teenage boys?
There's boobs everywhere.
Who
Especially in
cares
the
about
beginning.
boobs? I see boobs.
I know, but for the 80s, though, I mean.
Yeah.
It's what two teenage boys would have wanted. What two teenage
No, that
nerd
girl that was
boys.
getting sucked up through the fucking thing was naked.
You couldn't see your tits.
Yes, you
Okay,
could.
sorry. You can see your nipples.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Like, I didn't see no nipples.
You see more of that when you on the red carpet nowadays.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm just saying, like I've seen this movie a million times. I don't think it's terrible. I like it.
I didn't say it
love
was terrible.
No,
not
I'm
going
saying
that
like
far.
I'm saying like as far as like the raunch of it, I think PG-13 was inappropriate.
Right.
And I like it. I
What
tell
about you,
everybody.
Eric?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. All right, let's move on into it. Madison, we're going to have to try to speed run through this plot. So
So don't interrupt me 47 times.
I'll try.
Thank you.
I have questions.
I didn't even start talking yet.
It's not working.
I don't give a fuck,
Is that
Keisha.
the one you were trying to
Yeah.
use? Okay.
It's not working.
It isn't working?
No. My
Alright.
number one don't work.
Alright. Thank you. In the fictional suburb of Shimmer, Illinois.
Shimmer, shimmer.
Illinois?
Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer.
Illinois. Okay. Nerdy social outcast Gary Wallace and Wyatt Donnelly are publicly humiliated
They
by
can't.
Ian and Max after they are seen swooning over two girls who happen to be their girlfriends. Dejected and disappointed at their direction in life and wanting more, Gary convinces the uptight Wyatt that they need a boost of popularity and to get their crushes, Hilly and Deb, away from Ian and Max. Alone for the weekend with Wyatt's parents gone, Gary is inspired by the 1931 classic Frankenstein to create a virtual girl using Wyatt's computer, infusing her with everything they can conceive to make the perfect dream girl. After hooking electrodes to a doll and hacking into a government computer system for more power, a power
This is
surge
illegal.
creates Lisa, a beautiful and intelligent woman with seemingly endless powers.
None of what they do here makes any fucking sense.
Does it
So they
have
just
to?
have a computer that can create shit, and then they hack a mainframe from the government, and that's... I don't understand. I don't get it. But at the same time, it also sets up what you're in for the rest of the movie,
It does, it
because
does.
everything else from here is fucking random.
It's the 80s version of Frankenstein.
Ah, sure, yeah. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this computer can do what now?
It's
And
called
why?
eating the
And how much
Playboy.
you pay for
Weird
it?
science.
It's called Weird Science.
I know. I'm just like,
I mean, you know, when you think about it.
well,
okay,
I was
so-
thinking like going because I've never seen this movie before. I'm thinking going into this movie like, oh, these guys are like boy geniuses. They're geniuses. They're not geniuses. They're just horny.
Wyatt's really smart, but like the thing about it is like, okay, back in the 80s, you got to think computers were kind of mystical. Nobody really knew what they did. They just knew that they had a lot of power.
Yeah.
Right? So like back then, like, you know, you look at like, oh, they hacked into a government computer. There's a lot of power. And like back then that was like, you know, to say like they could do that, that would be like the 80s version of Frankenstein.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
suppose.
That's sort of what they were going for. Like, is it cheesy and does it make a whole lot of sense? Not
No.
necessarily,
No.
but
Doesn't make any
but
sense.
it went along with sort of like what was going on culture wise.
I'm not hating on it for it. It's just kind of it's I think that it was kind of a gut punch at the
No,
beginning of the movie because
I'm
I'm
not
like,
saying-
what is going on exactly?
Yeah.
But then as you get into the movie more, and you're like, oh, it's that kind of movie.
Yeah,
where you're
no,
like,
I'm not saying
you're gonna
that-
get a lot of random shit, a lot of random raunch,
Yeah.
and a lot of like, I'm like, okay, so these are all just random happenstance events, like with her and her power, what
Yeah.
she's able to do,
Yeah.
and all this and that and the other. Because
Yeah.
at first I'm like, where the fuck did this car come from? Oh, they got another car.
Yeah.
Where are these cars coming from? It's not until the end where you see them all like
Disappear.
they say like they you know they hint at that she can kind of make things happen or appear.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but then like the cars disappear at the end, and I
Yeah.
thought that was actually
Pretty
cool effect.
Yeah.
For '85 especially, because I mean I'm sure John Hughes films weren't getting the type of budget that like, you know, fucking Back to the Future was getting. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
No, I'm just saying like I think that was what it was culturally it spoke. You know, I don't think that it was necessarily like, yeah, this is plausible. I think it was more a cultural like thing, a cultural choice, I guess.
Right.
That's
All
how I
right.
took it.
All right. Promptly, she conjures up a Cadillac convertible to take the boys out to a bar, using her powers to manipulate people into believing Gary and Wyatt are of age. The boys come up with the names Lisa, based upon a failed romantic experience of Gary's that ended with Lisa kicking him in the testicles. Okay. They return home drunk.
We
and
never got to
happen
meet
upon
Lisa
Chet.
either.
No.
It's sad.
But I do like when they're in the bar and they all know he's like underage or whatever. But like they're listening to his story, he's like, I gotta tell you how I was in love with this 8th grade bitch. Like,
man, she had titties.
She had these huge ass titties, and they're like, oh, tell. And then he's like, so he called her every night on the telephone,
on the motherfucking telephone.
Like, where? How else am I gonna call her? Like, what this fucking talking about on the telephone?
That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
That whole scene right there with him telling them the story was the best part.
Oh no, I love it when they're in the car. Like, dude,
he's in the back seat.
Yeah. Oh my god. When I worked at Hydro, there was this guy that every time he would call me, he would call me, and it was because we had this conversation about weird science one time, and he would call me, and every time he would I'd answer the phone, he'd be like, "Give me the keys! Give me the keys!"
Oh my god.
Now, like I said, Carson, and he gets into this mood where he's wanting something. This is how Carson is when he's being obnoxious. He's just like this. And this is how I'm saying, this is what reminds me of Carson is
that scene.
So drunk Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He turns into a soul man when he drinks.
Yes.
They come home
No, just give me the keys. Give me the keys.
He's an asshole, man.
Yeah.
He's an
Anybody
asshole,
dressed
man.
like that is an asshole.
That kind of haircut.
Have a haircut like that is an asshole.
Sounded like Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? From The Waterboy.
Yeah.
Or was it The Waterboy?
It's very obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's Carson.
They return home drunk and happen upon Chet, Wyatt's mean older brother, who extorts money from him to buy his silence. Lisa agrees to keep herself hidden from him, but realizes that Gary and Wyatt, while extremely sweet, are very uptight and need to unwind. After a humiliating experience at the mall where Max and Ian pour an icy beverage on Gary and Wyatt in front of a crowd of people, Lisa tells them about a party at Wyatt's house, of which Wyatt had no prior knowledge, before driving off in a Porsche 928. Porsche 928?
Sure.
Okay. She conjured for Gary to spite them. Despite Wyatt's protest, Lisa insists that the party happen anyway in order to loosen the boys up. Lisa goes to meet Gary's parents, I almost said AI, it says Al. Al and Lucy, who, to Gary's embarrassment, are shocked and dismayed at the things she says and her frank manner.
That's the second best part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about, anything crazy like candle wax on the nipples. And then they start freaking out. Everybody's screaming.
I get that the girl, this Lisa's attractive, but she is not the most attractive person in this movie.
No, I wouldn't say.
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm looking at her yeah, she's pretty and all, but she's not as gorgeous as they're making her out to be.
No, I think it's more, again, culture, time that the movie was made. I mean, if you were to update this, I don't, obviously it'd be somebody.
Margot Robbie.
Probably, yeah. Obviously, back then she would have been considered, probably the most or one of the most attractive, right? But
because she's mature.
She is pretty gorgeous. I'm
not saying that she's ugly.
She's drop dead gorgeous.
She's absolutely gorgeous. But one of the things that always killed me is that. So you've got the bar part, which is definitely number one, but the second scene with Gary's parents has got to be number two, and then the whole running joke with that, they're not going to remember anything, and it goes a step further with he's never going to remember Gary again. She says,
who's this Gary character?
Who's Gary guy you keep talking
bringing
about?
Up Gary, and he's like, who's Gary? And then she comes back later, and she's holding up a picture, and he's like, I don't know who this Gary character is, but I wish you'd shut the hell up.
Our son.
And then later they're driving. That was Gary. Who the hell is Gary?
After she pulls a gun on them, later revealed to Gary to be a water pistol, she alters their memories so that Lucy forgets about the conflict, and Al forgets that they've had a son altogether. Yeah. Back to the Donnelly house. The party has spun out of control while Gary and Wyatt take refuge in the bathroom where they resolve to have a good time. Despite having embarrassed themselves in front of Deb and Hilly. Her name's Hilly?
Gary's taking a shit.
So weird. Meanwhile, Wyatt's grandparents arrive and confront Lisa about the party, but she freezes them and hides them in a cupboard.
Gary.
Did they just go home?
Huh?
Did they appear back home at the end of the movie? I didn't...
Who?
The grandparents.
I don't know. They never resolved that at the end. Like, are they good now? Or are they
I would
still in
assume
the
that they
closet?
appeared back home.
Are they still
and
in
they
the
probably don't
pantry?
remember anything because everything that she did just goes back to normal.
Yeah.
So,
But I think it would have been funnier though if they just come walking out of the
they
kitchen.
come out of the
like,
pantry like, what the hell?
Where are we? Oh.
Got the munchies.
Yeah.
No, I like that part in the bathroom though too, where he took a shit, but then like, what are you doing in there? Gary took a shit.
Gary's taking a shit.
You can hear him
Hey,
smack.
Gary
Real quick.
smack.
Upstairs in Wyatt's bedroom, Ian and Max convince Gary and Wyatt to create the events that created Lisa. But Lisa chides them over their misuse of the magic to impress their tormentors. She also mentions that they forgot to connect to the doll. Thus, with the bare but live electrodes lying on top of a magazine page showing a Pershing
Persian.
2 medium range ballistic missile. Wow, this person knows their gun. A real missile appears through the house. Lisa resolves that the boys need a challenge to boost their confidence and has a gang of mutant bikers invade the party, causing chaos and sending the boys running. The bikers take Deb and Hilly
Keep this
hostage,
down, Lucas.
and
I can't
Wyatt
lose
and
my
Gary
teaching
decide...
job.
The best
Michael
part was
Berryman.
at the end whenever she was like, "You have a beautiful home."
He's like, I can't lose my teaching job.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah,
just
I
keep
can't
this
lose my
between-"
teaching job, so keep this between us. Please.
So they were like real people. Right?
Oh, and I love the gun. He's like, everybody okay? And
Everybody
like,
okay?
Everybody's
Oh,
like,
hey,
okay.
it's
He's like,
Super Watch.
it's just a squirt gun.
I felt like I'd seen that scene somewhere before.
Oh, I'm
You
sure
might
it's been
have,
done
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Okay. The bikers take Deb and Hilly hostage, and Wyatt and Gary decide they need to save them. They confront the bikers with a new boost of confidence and Lisa's water pistol to force them back down. After they leave peacefully, Gary accidentally fires the gun, which is now real, and their bravery makes Deb and Hilly fall in love with them. The next morning, Chet uncovers the disarray in which the house is, the missile protruding through the kitchen and the floor joist and carpet of the bedroom, the kitchen being turned entirely blue, and his catonic grandparents in the cupboard.
They're not aging. They're
Hey,
happy.
Grandma. Hey, Mama. Hey, Papa.
That shit was pretty funny.
No.
He just looked right past him, too, and then he
Well,
was
until
like,
he turned
"Wait."
around and he's like, are those my grandparents in the pantry?
Yes, they were. Let's see. Before confronting Wyatt and Gary, Lisa tells the boys to escort the girls home while she talks to Chet alone. Gary narrowly escapes being pulled over by the police in a conjured Ferrari while Wyatt proclaims his love for Hilly before being sprayed by her parents' lawn sprinklers, and both girls reciprocate their feelings to the boys. Returning home, they discover Chet, now transformed into a talking pile of feces. Is that what that was supposed to be?
I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like the thing from Star Wars.
So he just kind of looked like just a blobby alien.
I like when
Yeah.
she's like, don't piss me off. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like, or else I'll give you,
No, she's like, don't make me mad. Or, and he's like, sorry.
who apologizes to Wyatt for his behavior. Lisa assures them that Chet will return to normal, realizing that her work is done and that the guys don't need her anymore. She kisses both Gary and Wyatt before dematerializing and vanishing. As Lisa is leaving, all the disarray is magically transformed back to normal. The missile disappears. The home is restored to its original fastidious state, and Chet returns to normal just as Wyatt's parents return home, unaware anything odd has happened at all. Sometime later at Shermer High School, a gym class of sweaty, pimply adolescent
It's the same
boys.
town he always used, or Shermer, for all of his movies.
boys
Like Wayne's World. Shimmer. Shimmer.
Adolescent boys waiting for gym class to begin is met by a beautifully fit coach in spandex. It is revealed to be Lisa who tells the class to drop and give me 20, causing all the boys in the class to faint and collapse.
Why,
she turns
though?
to the camera and smiles knowingly.
I don't understand
gorgeous.
She's
Gorgeous.
drop dead
No, a bunch of-
gorgeous.
No, I mean I don't understand why this scene was necessary.
Because you wonder what happened to Lisa.
I figure she just went back into the computer or whatever.
No.
Like a fucking genie
No, she's
in a lamp.
alive now.
Yeah.
Well, now
She's
we.
alive.
Her
know
job's
for
not done.
that-
She's got more nerds to transform.
Yeah, there's more genie work to be done.
Sure. All right. I wish I had a Lisa when I was their age.
Don't we all?
Because I would have said, I don't need no high school bitches. I got the real thing over here. You know?
5 minutes into my gymnastics routine, you fell asleep. I did my toes.
I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
Well, that's why you didn't need her.
Huh?
That's why you didn't need her.
True.
Those guys needed her.
Yeah. So do you guys have any notes or anything you want to cover on it? Because
No, there's really not a lot. I mean, I knew last week this wasn't gonna be a tough one.
Right.
No.
It's kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
It's like an all-brainer,
it's
but you
a
don't
teen
think about
raunchy comedy. There's
It
nothing.
kind of is. The
Everything
more I
that
think
doesn't
about
make
it,
sense.
it really is just kind of a cut and dry movie. It's
Yeah,
like,
there's
this is what you're getting. Yeah, it's random. It's crazy. You're not
Enjoy
supposed
it
to
while you
overanalyze-
watch it.
You're
Yeah,
not really
there's
supposed to
not a lot
overanalyze
to
it.
not a lot to
question, but you're not
there's not a lot
supposed
to
to
unpack.
question it.
Yeah.
I think that like with the
Enjoy the comedy while you watch
yeah,
it.
I
It
mean, I
almost
think
reminded me of a National Lampoon movie in a way.
yeah,
And
Because
I think
it's
that
a
most
random bunch of events
That
that lead
happen.
you
that
down a
leads you down
path
to the end.
to the end. That's it.
And the end is making them into better people.
yeah.
You know?
End of story.
Yeah. So, and in the end, I think the best part about it is like all the time you keep thinking like, oh my gosh, this grown ass woman's gonna sleep with these babies, right?
I know she's like, what, do you think this?
That
That was the only thing that I really
as
had
a
issue with.
15-year-old,
Yeah.
would this turn you on?
If you
Do
were a
have
15-year-old boy, would this turn
She
you
said,
on?
give
It's like the
I think
old
that
lady's just sitting there like,
She's like, do you have this in rubber or leather? She's
Or
like,
barbed wire.
Yeah, or barbed wire. And I'm like, ouch. She's like, the old lady's like, give me a break.
I thought it was like I was like, holy shit, is this 23-year-old woman gonna sleep with these 15-year-old
Right,
boys?
but I think that the whole point is like once you realize that her entire reasoning or her entire reason for being there is to get them to those girls.
right.
And you realize that
It's to
Later,
she's there
yeah,
to boost their
af-
confidence.
yeah. later
that's her
down
entire
the-
point for being there. She's not in love with them. She loves them.
And she also makes it a point to say, I'm not here to, how'd she put it? I'm not here to, I don't remember what exactly she
Well, like
said.
at the end, she said, you found 2 girls and you fell in love or whatever. She's like, that's all I've ever wanted for you.
Yeah, well, she
Yeah.
also said that she said, "Oh, I'm not here to make you popular or whatever." She says, "I'm here to so that other people can see the true you."
Yeah, she's like, when are you going to learn that people should like you for who you are, not what you can give them?
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's what she was trying to do, is show them that like you're good people. Other people just need help seeing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good lesson to learn for a lot of people, because let's face it, a lot of those kids in high school and things like that get made fun of every day for being different, they're really not different. They're actually really good, kind-hearted people
Besides
that if you
furries.
actually took the time to talk to, you probably find them to be decent
Good,
human
yeah.
beings.
Besides the furries.
Besides the furries are fucking weird. all
I
right?
think that there's a lot of good lessons underneath. Once you get past the comedy and stuff like that, there's good lessons underneath that to be learned. And I think that it's one of those movies that, if you watched it a few more times, you'd really get to see some of the things that, because like I've seen it a million times, he's seen it a million times, and we've seen those lessons a little more deeper or,
Right.
things like that. But like, there isn't really anything huge to unpack here, right? Because like like I said with the computer, right? I think that's more a cultural decision. They
Yeah.
decided to use a computer rather than anything else, because back then it was like nobody had computers, right? The only people that had computers were rich people
Yeah.
and the government. So they were very like, oh my gosh, what can this thing do?
Yeah, what can
You know?
a computer do?
I mean, think about it. Like, to hook up to the internet, what did he have to do? He had to take his phone and put it on this like headset thing, right? I mean, that's crazy, right? So, I mean, I'm just saying, I think that was like a cultural decision, cultural thing. Like, hey, let's use this very mysterious new technology
that nobody knows of yet.
Yeah. I mean, to us now, it's like...
I guess you're right. I guess that does make sense.
You use the internet to make a woman?
Yeah.
You know, like, but back
yeah,
then...
watch. I'll type it into this AI generator.
Yeah, they created me on their computer. Yeah. No, like, I mean, that's insane to...
Soon.
Yeah, that's insane to us now, but back then it was all mysterious and crazy and weird. But
I mean, you can make a woman from a computer. They're called mail order brides.
It's true. Just takes a little longer to get here. But yeah, I mean, that's my take on it. I think that a lot of the decisions that were made that were weird were cultural because of the time.
Okay. So you guys don't have anything else you want to cover?
No.
You guys want to move right into this?
Let's do it.
Is this the right one? Hold on. Yep.
Go.
Let's rock out this bitch.
At 10:04 p.m. tonight, it will be the 69th anniversary since lightning struck the clock tower.
Here in Sydney?
No.
No.
Where?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Oh.
69th.
69, dudes.
That was from Jeremiah, everybody. The more you know.
Oh. All right, so we're going to jump right into this. Madison,
Like,
what did you think of
Weird.
the weird science movie?
Huh?
It was weird.
It was weird.
it was very odd, yes. I thought it was funny, I guess. I don't really know, actually. I don't really know what to think of it. It was very weird. It was very random. Once it started, like, it was just kind of go until... It was, like, the same pace until the end. And it's like, okay. It was a good movie. I'd watch it again if someone was like, hey, you want to watch this movie? I'm like, sure. You've watched it before, right? You know what you're getting me and us into? Okay, cool. Anyways, I like this movie. I'm probably just gonna tell you what my rating is because I don't really know what to say about it. I'll give it a 6.5. Go ahead.
I think for me, so I was actually thinking about it earlier today at work, and I was like, man, I was thinking about the movie. I was like, I really didn't care for it that much, and I was thinking about giving it a 5 or a 5.5. But I think I'm gonna give it a 6 because the more I think about it, the more I actually do kind of like it, and I figure with a 6, if I watch it again, it's probably only gonna go up from there. But I'm gonna lowball it for now because this is one of them instances where, like I said, if you haven't seen it more than once, it's hard to judge. And this is a movie that I've only seen once, and I don't really know how to judge it because I'm like, holy shit! Like,
That's how I feel with every
it's
movie.
it's not one of those movies that just kind of wash over you. It's a movie that you got to kind of like dig your teeth into a little bit because there's a lot going on. It's not like, mind heavy. Like you gotta.
There are a few
think
times
about
that,
it.
like,
It's
if
not
you
a
weren't paying
thinker.
attention to
Yeah,
the
you got.
details.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you got to.
But there's a lot going on in the movie that I'm like, it's so random and shit. Like with his brother and everything else going on with him. And like I said, the best part of the
His
whole
room
movie
was snowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
If my
snow
room's
in my
okay,
room.
I won't kill him. I'll just hurt him real bad.
Yeah. But I
The
think
fucking
that
bribery.
I think that 6 is a good number for me for now on this one because there are a lot of things that I liked about it and a lot of things that I thought were funny. And I honestly liked it more than I thought I was going to like it because I really didn't think I was going to like it at all.
Smacks them both on.
I didn't think you'd like it at all, honestly. I really didn't.
I thought it was funny, and I thought that Bill Paxton was great. I thought that Anthony Michael Hall was great. I thought the other kid was a little... I didn't think he was a very good actor. I thought he was a little dry.
This was his first and only film.
Yeah, I didn't think he did that good. So I had to ding it for him because he is a main character. I thought that Lisa, the girl who played Lisa, was awesome. I thought
Kelly
she was
LeBrock,
great.
She was in a few different... She was in a Fish Called Wanda, maybe? Or no, something red. It was with Gene Wilder. I remember that.
I really liked
She's
her.
mostly known for like modeling and stuff.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
she was
yeah.
a model. She did some acting roles.
I thought she was great. I thought she was charismatic as fuck. I mean, she was entertaining to watch, and yes, she was gorgeous. But more than anything, dude, Anthony Michael Hall and Bill Paxton are what did it for me in the movie. Even like seeing like a young Robert Downey Jr. in there is pretty awesome.
I didn't even recognize him at first.
Yeah,
That was
So
his party days.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's a good movie. I'll give it a 6 for now. I'm going to sit there and let it sit on it. Just don't hate me for it. Just where I'm at with it. Right
Oh, no, I'm not gonna hate on you for it.
It's
at all.
actually better than I thought I was going to do with it, because I thought I'm not going to like this fucking movie. I know it already. There's a reason why I've never watched it, because it looks stupid. Then I watched it. I was like, it wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then, but the more I think about it, I'm like, actually, there are some really good parts in this movie, and there are a lot of really funny shit that happens in it, especially with Anthony Michael Hall. He fucking kills it. So
He does. He's
I
amazing.
loved him in it.
Yeah.
When the fuck did you change your clothes? Is that
Oh, that's like when they walked out and he's like, in
Whose fucking clothes are this?
mid sentence. Oh my god, whose clothes are these? For me, I think that one, I agree with you about the Wyatt guy. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but like, we all pay a little bit more attention when we're watching it for this.
Yeah.
And I never really noticed it before, but yeah, he's not a great actor.
Gary shit.
Yeah, Gary took his shit.
He had a few good moments.
He did.
But like for the most part, he was a very wooden actor.
He did. I would say that one of the best parts to me was when him and Bill Paxton were standing there, and he said, "Next thing you know, you're gonna be wearing a bra on your head," and he went, like, that was probably his best acting moment, was when he broke the fourth wall. Like,
Yeah.
when he looked at the camera like that, the way he did that moment was very well acted. But beyond that, he wasn't great. But he wasn't terrible either. I can see why he got the role. So, yeah. But I'm not going to ding it a whole hell of a lot, I'll be honest. I love this movie. I grew up watching it. It's one of my favorite movies. I think it's hilarious.
It's the thing for you guys is it's nostalgia.
Well,
for us, not so much.
Honestly, I watched it a lot. Well, no. I would say I probably watched it maybe once or twice when I was like little.
I haven't.
But
seen
I didn't
movie.
start watching it a lot till I was in my teens, because I was like, oh, I remember this movie a little bit, and then I'm like, I'm gonna watch it because I remember the TV show was on. So I watched it, and then I got really into it because I thought it was hilarious. So I was like, I don't know, 16, 17, first few times I watched it. So I don't know. I just think it's hilarious.
I
think
probably
it's
haven't
hilarious.
seen this movie since I was probably the last time you watched
Yeah,
it.
I was probably
little.
last time I watched this, I was in my 20s maybe. So it's been a while.
Right.
But yeah, I think this movie's hilarious, and I think that the music is great.
Oingo
The
Boingo.
Oingo Boingo song that they made is great, because they even used it for the 90s show, because, I mean, you can't really beat that. That's a great song. I love the gags. The guy can't remember his son. Him being drunk in that bar. Like, it's so much of this.
Think he remembered him after that?
I doubt it. Like, I think the whole point is that he's never going to remember his son. Like, I just think
Just like Grandma and Grandpa are still in that closet.
Yeah, like
smiling away.
She even said, "Look, they're not even aging anymore."
Legend says he never remembered his son again. Like, I don't know. It's hilarious. Like, just the implications that you get from that movie.
That's how the Texas Chainsaw Massacre started. She accidentally left the grandparents like frozen in time like that, and the grandpa. Oh my god, it's all connected.
To this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that.
You know how the grandpa, he like never aged and he stayed alive.
Oh, he definitely aged.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Badly.
Shh, you're not supposed to point it out though.
Sorry.
Until apparently the end, the last movie where he actually got up and walked out of the room. He's more alive in the last movie than he was in the first movie.
He's like, I'm done. I'm fed up. Anyways, sorry.
I'm going 8.5.
I actually thought you were going to go higher than that, but okay.
No.
Yeah.
It would be lower, or it would be higher if it weren't for Wyatt.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the comedy and stuff in this movie, so I'm right there with Karen. I'm right there about an 8 for me.
8.
Yep.
Okay.
7.25.
7.25 on the Richter scale.
Yep. All right, are we ready for the tomato?
Oh man,
Tomato,
it's
tomatoes?
gonna
Tomato.
be so bad.
You think it's going to be low?
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
For the critics? Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be
I'm
low.
gonna say 42.
42?
Oh yeah.
31.
Critics don't like raunch.
No.
I want to go 50%.
You said what?
42.
31.
50.
He's going to take it. 60%.
Really? That
I
high?
thought it would be a little higher than that. It's a John Hughes movie.
I still think it's raunch. They wouldn't. Okay.
This might be his lowest rated movie.
67.
67.
For audience?
33.
67 is a good guess. I'm going to go 75.
She's going to take it. 69.
Dang.
Damn, I was going to go 70 too. And
If you would have said, I was hoping you were going to say,
but I was like, eh.
I was hoping you hit 70 because I was
thinking about 70. I was like, I'll go a little higher.
I was thinking 69 just for the joke, but I was like, that's too easy.
Yep.
You'd have nailed it.
All right. Critics' consensus: hardly in the same league as John Hughes' other teen movies.
Because they're so
They're
wholesome.
Resolutely goofy, weird science nonetheless gets some laughs via its ridiculous premise and enjoyable performances.
I love this movie.
1 star from Darren L. Didn't watch it in 1985, and now I know why. An absolutely horrific script, terribly acted. Use these 90 minutes for literally anything else, I beg you.
Way to be dramatic.
Yeah. Sin's Corner. God, I've forgotten how utterly terrible this movie was. I hated almost every moment I was watching this in preparation for a live stream review. Half a star. Unfunny and unoriginal. Exclamation mark for half a mile.
I would say unoriginal is definitely not.
I wouldn't say it's unoriginal at all.
No.
I think there's a lot of originality to this
I mean,
movie.
you can pull Frankenstein, but it literally puts Frankenstein in the movie, so it's not like it's, saying like, oh, this is completely our idea.
Yeah.
But there again, you've got 5 original stories. This is just a derivative.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think it's unoriginal.
Another half a star. I would truly have preferred getting punched in the face to watching this movie.
I don't know about that either.
At least getting punched would only take up a minute of my time instead of an hour and a half of this
Because I'm going to keep punching.
No, because you'll feel it for a while.
Of an hour and a half of this sexist nonsense.
Oh my god.
Sexist?
Yep.
Why?
Am I the weirdest chick in the world? Because, like, I think this shit's funny.
I don't think it was sexist.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it's sexist to say that.
Dude, she was in control.
Yeah. She had full, I guess that whatever they said she did, but really she didn't. You know what I mean? Like, she did whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah, she
and
just
to say that
made
this
them
is sexist, they're horny teenage boys. Like, I wouldn't call that sexist. I just call that natural. Like,
I don't understand, like, what. Okay.
1 star for every Ferris Bueller. Oh, fuck, I didn't do the full, or I didn't hit the show more. Oh, well. It's not worth it. I don't feel like reading
Fuck
that
him
full.
anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
In particular.
Half a star, utterly offensive and mindlessly dumb. Some of the worst
so offensive.
worst trash
voted for
I've
Kamala
ever
Harris.
seen. Couldn't make it past the first act. So apparently you didn't watch the full movie, so you have no point in reading or making a fucking
stupid people.
thing.
I want to know if you can say it was bad without saying offensive, or you finished it.
This is kind of a long one. What? WTF, kind of a watch. No, I'm not watching this again except for a bad movie night, and I can't recommend it for anything else. This is an awful movie. For the design of it, John Hughes was a bad person.
But he would watch it again then.
Yeah, but bad person for making it, and we were bad society for endorsing it, even in the days when that technology was relevant, let alone top of the line, and it's hard to imagine that equipment costing it.
I'm just going to put this out there.
He's pretty much saying that it's offensive.
I'm going to put this out there and tell
I'm
you
not
that
even hearing that. I'm hearing him bitching about the fact that they used the technology
Yeah.
as
He
the
said that
catalyst.
But that was likely thousands of dollars worth, and Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, was Tom Holland's age Spider-Man. This shouldn't have be what we use to get kids into the new fad of personal computers.
What is he talking
See, that's what I'm saying. He's
I don't
pissed
know.
about.
Spokesperson for fucking Dell? Like,
Yeah. Foremost, this creating the woman thing is heavily based in magic, which was made clear by the normal equipment causing a dog to sit on the ceiling. I'm okay, and
I think this guy's
everything past that is this acid dream of what it would be like to be the most dramatic loser rich kids to famous rich kids with nothing making any sense.
God.
You don't make any fucking
nothing making
sense.
any sense.
Now,
Text to
period.
speech.
Okay, at a certain point,
Speech to text.
I started related to the idiot bullies just because they were the most sensible people.
They weren't sensible at all. They were
And
actually
they
the least
still
sensible
weren't-
people in
and
the
they
movie.
still weren't. Part of me wants to tell you to go back to the 80s via this movie, Back to the Future, released in the same year, and see what so much cocaine can get you, and the other part wants me to tell you to run.
How dare you? John
Dude,
Hughes
that
didn't
person
do
made
cocaine
no sense. Okay.
that we know of.
That we know of.
Okay. Super Reviewer.
Oh my god.
Those are good.
Okay. Writer/director John Hughes performs moral malpractice with this movie of two teens coming of age. Hughes made 3 teen classics. This is not one of them.
He made more than 3.
But this is a Super Reviewer.
16 Candles, Breakfast Club. What was that other one with Molly Ringwald?
Which one?
Well, I'm just saying.
There was another one with her in it.
Oh, Pretty in Pink?
Pretty in Pink.
Fuck
And
that movie.
And then there was, he did fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And then he did another, what was the other one he did?
All of them. All the teen movies. In
Yeah,
the
I'm
80s.
just- all the teen movies of the
You name a
80s.
teen movie in the 80s, likely John Hughes either had something to do with it or he did it.
That was a Super Reviewer.
Uncle
The
Buck?
Outsiders.
He did Uncle Buck.
Did he? That's a good movie. I love him.
I'm just saying that was a
Is The
Super
Outsiders
Reviewer,
a
so
teen
obviously
movie?
they know what they're
No.
talking about.
Yeah, obviously.
And the last one, half a star, Moronic Degeneration.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
The Outsiders is not a teen movie.
What is it?
The Outsiders is more like...
Sounds like a boy band. It
no,
looks like a boy
it's a
band.
gang movie.
Yeah, that's
It
a
looks
gang.
like a boy band.
Did you
Yeah.
guys
It's like a
never?
50s gang
did they?
movie, like
did
the-
you
It's
guys
like
never
Grease
watch?
without the music and the happiness.
Yeah. Did you guys never watch
I
this?
never
in,
liked Grease.
I didn't like Grace either.
did
What?
they never make you guys watch this in school?
No.
The Outsiders? They didn't
Yeah.
make us watch it.
We
Yeah,
watched
I had
it.
to watch it in school.
No, I watched it by choice.
I had to watch it in English.
I watched it like 3
think.
times in school.
I love The Outsiders. It's actually
Oh, I love
probably
that
one of
movie.
my- if I had to choose a top 20, it'd probably be in there.
I love
The
that movie.
Outsiders. It's a
We
good
had to watch it in English class, and then we had to write
Yeah.
something about it.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it
Is it
is.
'cause of Ralph, what is it, Macchio?
Macchio?
Yeah.
Pony Boy.
Yeah. Pony Boy.
Or no, he's Pony Boy.
Yeah,
sorry.
Pony
Yeah.
Boy's the next one.
Who the fuck is Ralph Macchio?
He's the one that gets burned up.
Yeah. Well, don't give it away. Patterson hasn't seen it.
What?
What?
Son of a...
Shut up.
It's
Eric.
a stacked fucking cast, though, man. Look at that cast.
I don't know any of them.
Neither do I.
Get off my podcast.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know any of them. Just couldn't believe that gap in Tom Cruise's teeth.
That's his natural teeth.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sweet ass trivia with
Oh, yeah.
Karen.
Back up. After I stuff my face. All right.
Scusi, mi scusi.
We're stalling for you. Go ahead.
Thanks.
I got you.
while you chew your fish.
John
fish this
Hughes. John Hughes wasn't happy during filming of this movie because it interfered with another project he cared much more about and resulted in his working a punishing schedule for months. Sorry, my mouth is full. But he agreed to direct it because Universal gave him a deal where he could also direct the more valued project if he started this one first. Can anyone guess what the other film was?
In 1985, is it Breakfast Club?
You're right. Kelly LeBrock's character.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but like the Breakfast Club couldn't have been that taxing to film. It took place in one fucking room for the most of the movie, and you know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
then they videoed it like walking out of the.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Parking lot.
lot.
See, and I like The Breakfast Club. Don't get me wrong. I do.
It represents a lot. As
Yeah,
a movie.
I'm not knocking it or anything.
No, it's
but
a
once
good
you're
movie.
not in high school anymore,
Fuck that
it's not that profound.
So I need to watch it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. If I watched
Yeah,
it
it's still
now,
a good
I'd
movie.
still say it's a good movie, but it's not that fucking profound once you're out of high school.
It's really
There's a
not.
desk there.
Is that your funny bone?
You good?
You good? All right.
Kelly LeBrock's character name was inspired by Apple Computer's first GUI computer, the Apple Lisa. The same moving shot of the exterior of the high school was used for the beginning of 16 Candles, as well as the end of this movie. The same people can be seen making the same movements in both movies. In the John Hughes documentary Don't You Forget About Me, Kelly LeBrock describes her character Lisa as Mary Poppins with breasts. On the
Mary
last
Poppins had boobs too, man. You just weren't as
Hey,
out there.
I'm just reporting the news. I don't make it.
Like Mary Poppins didn't have any boobies.
No, she
They were
just wore a
covered
weird
up.
nanny
You couldn't
outfit.
see them.
Yeah, she let hers kind of hang out a little.
I
On
bet
the-
Mary Poppins had better looking. She probably had bigger boobs. Who knows?
She might have.
You know, she just didn't know because they were under all that clothing.
On the last day of
Imagine if
filming,
she had a bustier floating down.
Hey, girl.
she comes down looking
You like my umbrella, bitch?
Are those balloons too?
I'll be down soon. These things are kind of holding me up here. On the last day of filming,
Don't look up my skirt, you whore.
Robert Ressler auditioned for the role of Ron Grady in Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Robert Downey Jr. drove him to the audition. And he got the
was
role
able-
because he was in it. That was the other asshole. So there was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
and then there was the other guy.
He was able to drive.
He was the
He was the asshole in part 2 in Freddy's Revenge. He was Grady. He was the guy that used to beat
Yes.
up Jesse in part 2.
Sorry, I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. I was making it up. I'm sorry. Anthony
Now,
and
if you
Michael.
just said part 1, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I've seen that. It's a good movie. But you said part 2,
well,
and I'm like,
it
what
was
are you
this
talking
fan
about?
project that they thought about getting off the ground. I read the script. It was terrible.
Terrible?
Terrible.
Yeah. Wes Craven was like, I'm not fucking...
Part 3 was
Take
in,
my
in the
name off
works.
of it. Huh?
Part 3 was
Part
in the
2.
works.
Well, really, part three is... It's kind of like...
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. It was the search to find part 2.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Anthony and Michael Hall passed on starring in National Olympic. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this before, but I did know this. But we've talked about different things with Christmas or with vacation movies. So anyway, Anthony and Michael Hall passed on starring in National Olympian's European Vacation to be in this film because he originally was supposed to be in European
Good
Vacation.
choice, though, dude.
Yeah.
As
He had
a
bigger role
result,
in this.
as a result, neither Russ Griswold nor his sister Audrey were ever played by the same characters from film to film.
Yeah.
That's where they got the idea for the gag. When he dropped out to be in European Vacation, Chevy Chase was kind of like, "Hey, what if we never?"
Who's your
have...
favorite Russ Griswold?
Oh man,
'Cause
it's got to
he-
be the the kid in Christmas because.
Well, that was
Oh yeah, it's the guy that was
guy
in...
from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, but I really liked him because he had this real smart-assy way about him.
My favorite's Vegas Vacation.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
yeah,
say
fuck,
Ethan
I
Embry,
forgot
dude.
about Papa Giorgio.
Ethan Embry.
Yeah.
Fuck,
He
I
is
forgot
the
about-
best one, dude.
He's so dumb though.
He's the best part of that movie.
He's
What are you
kinda
talking
like-
about? He's the funniest fucking dude.
I don't know. I really like Russ in Christmas just because he's so kind of smart-assy.
I loved him. I loved him in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like I love it when he's like we checked every bulb, didn't we? And he's like, oh yeah, of course we did. I was like, maybe we should do it again. He's like, oh man, would you look at the time? I still got some homework to do. I gotta feed the hog, do the laundry. This movie is the reason. I already said. Gene Siskel and Robert Ebert split on this movie. Ebert loved it for being a fun escapist wish fulfillment fantasy. Siskel hated it and slammed the exploitative and sleazy aspects of the script. On their TV show Fright Night / Real Genius / Weird Science / The Coca-Cola Kid, 1985, when they were reviewing the movie, Ebert slammed Siskel for being too uptight and told him, "You sound like you are on the Parents Advisory Committee." According to Bill Paxton, Chet's line, "How about a nice greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray," was based on something his father, John Paxton, used to say to him when Bill was hungover from a
I
night
was
of
wondering
drinking.
because I'm like, what the fuck? I've never heard that before.
No, neither have I. I always thought that was a weird line, but that makes sense now.
Okay.
Robert Russler said the scene when the rocket came up through the floor was a complicated shot to set up. Right before cameras rolled, Anthony Michael Hott farted, breaking the cast members' concentration and ruining the take. Russler estimates that the scene cost $100,000 to shoot. And because the take was blown, it had to be filmed in reverse with additional tweaks in post-production.
What scene was it?
The when the
Rocket.
rocket's coming up through the floor.
Oh.
And
he farted
he
and
farted
ruined the whole
and
fucking thing?
ruined the whole fucking take.
That's awesome. All
Yeah.
over a fart.
That's it.
All right.
Which I heard he was pretty like immature, like even for his age back then. Like he was really like one of those kids that you were just like, he was a great actor,
But he got on your fucking nerves.
but he got on your fucking nerves.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could too.
I could see that.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. That's the movie. That is Weird Science. What are we doing next week, Karen?
I don't know.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box? I'm looking. Calm down.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
What?
Predator, which one? Which one is that?
Oh shit.
Is that two?
Two.
That's
Yeah.
only two.
Two.
Okay, we're on Predator 2.
That's only 2.
No,
Yeah, for
that
some
is
reason I thought we were on like 3.
another
and
Bill
it is
Paxton
just-
movie.
Oh man.
Bill Paxton's in this one too. Have you done Bill Paxton for a creator profile?
I think
We've already done Danny Glover, so we can't do him.
Yeah.
We got Bill Paxton.
This one's in the city, right?
Yeah, this one's in the city. That's really about it. I mean, you got the lady who was also in Aliens.
It is on Hulu.
I've got it on Blu-ray.
Well, look at
I've
you.
got all of them on Blu-ray. I'm a Predator fan, dude. I love Predator. This is honestly, I love the second one too. What?
No Bill Paxton.
Oh, we're doing Bill Paxton next
I already
week.
know what my answer is going to be too.
Predator 2.
No, for like one of my favorite.
Oh, for your favorite movie of his? Man,
Mhm.
that's a tough one.
Oh, I already know.
Near Dark, maybe. That's a good one. I don't know. It's a tough question because I love Bill Paxton movies. Actually, Aliens, maybe. I don't know. I'd have
For
to think
answering
about
now, I can answer now.
No, let's wait. I mean, there's a lot to choose from with Bill Paxton. I love that dude. I was
Doesn't
actually
matter.
considering. I was really tossing up. I could do Bill Paxton. I'm glad I didn't because now I get to do him for Predator 2. So, all right, people.
You guys,
Next
I
week.
just learned how to make a noose with my pants.
Cool.
I didn't know I knew how to do that.
Cool. Anyway. All right.
The more you
random
know.
Shit from a 17-year-old.
Guess so.
All right. Next week we're gonna do Predator 2, and don't forget some fucking socials down there.
Yeah.
Like I said, diddle the fuck out of them things.
Diddle.
My wife hates it when I say diddle. She's like, "Why you gotta fucking say that?"
Because you always say diddle the pickle.
I don't ever say diddle the
Yes,
pickle.
you do. You're like, diddle the pickle. Don't diddle your pickle. You say it more often than not.
What are you talking about? Diddle your pickle.
That's what you say. You
When do
say
I
it.
ever say that?
I don't. You just say it randomly, okay? You throw it into random jokes at random times. That's why she hates it, because whenever you say diddle, it
And you're
reminds her
saying
of
it
pickle.
wrong. If I was gonna say it, I'd say pickle diddle.
No, you wouldn't.
All right. Well, I have no idea.
I don't know. When I'm here, I've never heard it.
I've never heard
He
nothing
says
about
it,
diddling no
okay?
pickles.
He says it.
Okay. You're here more
No,
than
no,
me.
no. Okay, I said pickle tickle. Give her a little pickle tickle.
Oh yeah.
Pickle tickle, I've heard.
That's from A League of Their Own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say tickle the pickle all the time. That's what you say.
No, pickle tickle.
No, you say tickle, pickle.
No, I don't. I say fucking pickle tickle.
No, you're like
Give her a little pickle tickle.
You're like a little tickle to the pickle.
No.
Yeah.
It is
You say it
every
to
time
Zach
I always
all the
say
time.
give her a little pickle tickle.
No, you say that to Zach all the time. You're like, every
Give her
time
a little
Zach's-
pickle tickle.
Yeah, every time Zach's in the room, he's like, you want a little tickle to your pickle?
I've never said that.
Yes, you do.
She doesn't listen.
Dude, he's a
Either
queer.
that or she's ass backwards.
No. It's,
What it is,
it's
she's not
all-
listening with her ears, she's listening with her ass.
I wonder who I get it from.
That's why everything goes in backwards.
Wonder who I get it from.
I say
You're
pickle
killing
tickle.
me, Smalls. No, you don't. Tickle.
All right. Anyway, Now that that's done,
Sorry, we had to get it out for the week.
You guys haven't argued too much on this podcast. You had to get one out.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Don't forget to deliver a little pickle tickle.
Tickle to the pickle. Dad.
Tickle pickle.
Say it right.
Pickle tickle.
Say it right.